Then you've got the world record holder, Tim Montgomery of the United States, running in lane 6. Bernard Williams, who...
When a runner became world champion without training, and the secret behind it will blow your mind. No brutal workouts, no strict diets, just raw instinct, effortless speed. How did an unknown sprinter from a tiny island conquer the world? Stay tuned. The truth is crazier than you think.
Asafa Paul ist der schnellste aus den Blöcken. Jetzt kommt er. Und jetzt ist Usain Bolt nicht zu halten. Nein, er gewinnt.
When you think of the greatest sprinters ever, names like Usain Bolt, Johan Blake, and Jim Hines probably pop up. They are all superstars who crush records with insane speed and years of crazy training. But what if I told you there's another name you should know? Kim Collins, a man from the tiny island of St. Kitts and Nevis who became world champion without really training. Yup, you heard that right. No intense workouts, no heavy gym sessions, no hardcore diets. Just natural talent, a sprinkle of effort, and a whole lot of vibes.
Start there by Kim Collins as well. Kim Collins is flying. Can he repeat his title? He's got Jamaican challenge though. It's not going to be. It's the man in lane 6. It is a Jamaican.
Born and raised on a small island with a population smaller than most big cities, Collins didn't have access to the kind of elite facilities or coaching that many top sprinters enjoy. What he had instead was an easygoing attitude and a fearless belief in his own abilities. In a sport where milliseconds mean everything, Collins showed that heart, determination, and natural rhythm could sometimes beat the science of perfect sprint mechanics. Even more fascinating is that Kim wasn't a child prodigy like some of his rivals. He didn't burst onto the scene breaking junior records or being hailed as the next big thing. He stealthily advanced through ranks while maintaining steady composure without haste or distress. The way he achieved success teaches us that brilliance surfaces from unanticipated sources while moving forward steadily without making loud announcements. Kim Collins was not your typical sprinter. Standing at 5 feet 11 and weighing about 160 pounds, he looked more like a distance runner than a muscle-packed sprinter. And guess what? He ran like it too. Instead of exploding with power like most sprinters, Collins had an insane stride frequency. His legs moved so fast it was like watching a cartoon character zoom off. But it was not until the 1996 Atlanta Olympics that the world got a tiny glimpse of his magic. He ran 10.27 seconds in the 100 meters. Not earth-shattering, but it was the beginning of a very unusual journey. What made Collins even more fascinating was how effortless he made sprinting look. While others tensed up and strained every muscle, Kim seemed almost relaxed, as if he were jogging to catch a bus. His smoothness on the track gave the illusion he wasn't even trying, but that effortless style masked the brutal turnover speed he maintained from start to finish.
2 from in lane 6, right next to Ramon Clay, but Clay is going to give it up to Chris Williams here, and he's down.
Observers often scratch their heads wondering how someone with such a slight frame could hold his own against giants of the track. The answer lay not in brute force, but in the efficiency of his running mechanics. Every step was a rapid-fire movement, perfectly timed and endlessly repeated, like a machine built for one purpose: getting from start to finish faster than anyone else.
Green, good start. Bolden got a terrific start out wide. Green accelerates. Behind him, Chambers, and then Thompson. Green and Bolden, it's not going to be much in it. Green's got him now and moves away.
Most sprinters drop seconds off their times quickly. Collins? Not so much. It took him 2 years to improve just 0.09 seconds, then another 2 years to trim 0.05 seconds. By the 2000 Sydney Olympics, he made it to the finals, finishing 7th with a time of 10.17 seconds. Not bad for someone who did not live in the gym. And while others beefed up and chased world records, Collins kept doing his thing, running fast with minimal fuss and barely touching the weights.
That's a quick start for Marcus Brunson running in lane 3 of Arizona State. Here comes Collins in lane 6, and Gatlin in the middle making this.
By 2001, Collins showed he was ready to compete with the world's best, running 10.13 seconds to take second place at the NCAA Championships, right behind a young Justin Gatlin. That same year, he finished 5th at the World Championships and clocked an impressive 20.20 seconds in the 200 meters, earning a bronze medal. In 2002, his steady progress paid off even more when he finally broke the 10-second barrier, running 9.98 seconds and winning gold at the Commonwealth Games. It was clear Collins wasn't just hanging around anymore. He was making serious moves on the world stage.
Away cleanly the first time, and getting a very good start is Tim Montgomery. Bernard Williams is also running well. Collins is coming on. Mac Prisionero is trying to get up there. The first four move on. They're away cleanly out of the box very quickly. Is Aliou on the outside? Now on the inside, here comes Chambers. As they race up to the finish line, it's Chambers leading the way in second.
The 2003 World Championship semifinals set the perfect stage for chaos. In the first heat, Kim Collins had a strong start and kept his composure, crossing the line first and securing his spot in the final with a time of 10.15 seconds. It wasn't flashy, but it was efficient and enough to move him forward. Meanwhile, in the second heat, disaster struck for one of the sport's giants. Maurice Greene, the heavy favorite, stumbled badly, finishing with a shocking 10.37 and crashing out of the competition. Suddenly, the path to gold seemed wide open, and Collins was right there in the thick of it.
Away cleanly the first time. Bernard Williams gets a good start. So does Tim Montgomery. Here comes Wayne Chambers. It's Wayne Chambers moving to the front and the outside. It is Campbell coming through.
When the final came, everything was up for grabs. Collins exploded out of the blocks in lane 1, using his lightning-fast turnover to edge ahead early. With no clear dominant force in the race, he managed to hold on through the line, winning by the slimmest of margins in 10.07 seconds. It was the slowest winning time for a World Championship final since 1980, but none of that mattered. Kim Collins, the laid-back sprinter from a tiny island, was now a world champion.
Kim Collins gets a blinder once again. Lemaitre is always slow out. Collins, has he got enough to hold on? Farron trying to come back. Lemaitre as well. But Kim Collins from the start. Though Mike Rogers for this one as well. So two of the fastest men not able to make the start line, but we've got a fair amount of talent.
Usually, sprinters peak in their 20s and start fading in their early 30s. Not Kim Collins. This man kept going strong into his late 30s and even 40s. Between 1996 and 2016, he competed at 5 Olympic Games and 10 World Championships. And get this, at age 38, he ran a personal best of 9.96 seconds. Then at 40 years old, he ran 9.93 seconds, setting a Masters world record for 40-year-olds that still stands. It's mind-blowing. All it took was finally listening to his wife and hitting the gym. Better late than never, right? The smart training methods used by Collins shielded him from the severe injuries commonly experienced by aging sprinters. His method of training at lower levels of intensity prevented his body from damage while allowing him to compete at the elite level for 2 decades. The extended duration of his career confirms the vital principle that minimalism often results in superior outcomes. Kim Collins might not be as famous as Bolt or Gatlin, but his story is something special. He proved that talent can take you far, sometimes farther than brutal grinding work. Sure, maybe with a little more training, he could have hit 9.7 seconds or even 9.6 seconds, but that's not the point. Collins showed the world that you don't always have to follow the traditional path to greatness. Sometimes you can dance to your own rhythm, enjoy life, and still end up on top. So next time someone tells you that you have to suffer every day to be great, just smile and remember Kim Collins, the world champion who trained when he felt like it, partied when he wanted to, and still left behind a sprinting legacy that no one can ever forget. And that is the story. Sometimes the wildest paths lead to greatness. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.